This is going to be a film study on Saquon Barkley and the impact he had in the Giants game in Week 1 against the Titans. A lot of the under center run concepts that they use with Barkley are really interesting to me, particularly this one. I think it's been covered by some other content creators, but you're pulling the center and the left guard, who's quite athletic. I'm going to talk about and rave about that left guard multiple times in this video. Saquon Barkley's burst is back. One of the things I really like about this play concept is they're motioning from left to right or right to left for the defense, and then you end up with a tight end nobody side. So you've got a tight end up there, nobody outside of him. Oftentimes that would elicit, some type of rolled reaction from the secondary. They're kind of forcing you to stay honest on the backside, keep the corner and the safety backside because of the threat of the off tackle run concept to Saquon Barkley. It's really just down from the wing tee is all I would say, except they're pulling the center and the guard. I'll give you the end zone angle a couple of times and talk about what the left guard can do. This is a cutback by Saquon Barkley for a touchdown. Awesome stuff. I'm glad to see him have an impact because I don't want anyone to have to deal with injuries. Like, I wish injuries were not a part of the game, but they are, especially for someone as talented and apparently classy as Saquon Barkley. You're going to get a combo by the center and the left guard on this D tackle. Center is going to work up to David Long, the inside linebacker, but watch what the guard does to 97 after the combo. Finishes him off. A lot of these runs are behind that left guard, number 75. To my understanding, he's a rookie. Don't even know his name, to be honest with you. I can skip this one. That's an extra point. It gets blocked. Under center run concept again. This time, it's a Jill ISO block. So previously, they've been motioning this receiver across, right? And then running that, what I call down play, where the guard and the center pull, and Barkley takes this thing off tackle. That's the wrong path for Barkley there. Barkley kind of winds this thing off tackle. Now they're going to Jill ISO this, which is really cool adjustment. So what they've done is they've taken the tight end and they blocked him out on this edge player, and the receiver who went in motion is going to block down on frontside inside linebacker or a strong safety in this case. And then they give Barkley the ability to read it, makes 3 cuts. Boom, boom, boom. Doesn't score a touchdown, but makes 1 cut off the D tackle penetrating, 2nd cut off the receiver's Jill ISO block on what I think is a strong safety. I don't have the end zone angle for this one. And then a burst back upfield. Benny Cunningham, like always, is there to make a tackle and prevent a touchdown. Shovel pass, kind of Chiefs-esque stuff from Barkley. He avoids 2 defenders and then powers his way into the end zone. I think that's the one that put him ahead. Look at that. You got 2 defenders, one on his right, one on his left. He's able to juke around and then power his way into the end zone. Hey, guy deserves to be able to celebrate like that. After all the injuries he's dealt with, he knows what he's capable of, and he's showing us on film. Speed to bounce outside. Can run vertically, as you saw. I'll show you a 68-yard run here in a moment. Watch the left guard. Pull. And I think he ends up wrapping on the front side inside linebacker to help secure the edge. I think that's Benny Cunningham shooting the gap. Barkley's just going to bounce it outside. That left guard's block. That's a long way to go for that left guard. I think there's a flag there, but I'm just showing you what Barkley, the impact he had and the capability he has. All right, 12 personnel this time. Play action, getting the ball out to Barkley in the flats. Short game. We know that he can make plays in the pass game. I suspect that they're going to use him a little more in the pass game than they're not going to give him the ball 25, 30 times a game, I would not suspect. Unless they're just really murking people with the run game. Toss concept off the motion. I love this play. Makes it look like jet sweep. The quarterback's doing a nice job of turning his back to the defense. Has the ball like close to his left hip. So it looks like it could be jet sweep to the outside. So they're at least giving these guys something to hold them. Barkley gets the toss. Again, you've got pulling linemen getting out on people. Even if they don't get a huge hit, they at least impact the play. And Benny Cunningham, as usual, makes the tackle. This is a toss play to the offense's left. And here's Benny Cunningham shooting the gap downhill, and then watch him chase this thing down. Spectacular player, interesting guy. Always has a high level of tackles. Kind of seems to be a tackling machine for whatever reason, even though that one's like 7 yards downfield. Under center, again, Barkley is the only back. Little play action underneath. I suspect, like I said earlier, that they're going to get him the ball 8-10 times a game in the pass game. I would love to see that, to be honest with you. Here's another receiver motion. That same down play, 68-yard gain by Barkley. He's going to get tackled by a free safety who, I'll rewind this back in a moment. He's like 7 yards ahead of Barkley now. So it's not like he got tracked down. I think he hit almost 22 miles per hour on this play, according to Next Gen Stats. This is the free safety that tracks him down. So on the motion, he's going to roll high. And again, they keep the safety and corner backside, which is interesting because you've got a tight end nobody side. So they're forcing you to stay honest on this tight end nobody side. You're going to get the guard pull again and the center pull again. Gives Barkley multiple lanes to choose from. It's not like the guard really gets a big piece of this corner at all, but Barkley does run inside of that block. And then that's the center leading out on Benny Cunningham, the front side inside linebacker. Great job by the center. Not as good a job by that guard because he doesn't get as big a piece of the corner, but did enough to get Barkley out there in space against the safety. He's a wonderful player, man. He's just uber talented. I don't know about you, but like seeing the stuff he did at Penn State was shocking. And early in his career, before injuries really have curtailed him, it's wonderful to see a guy come back from injury after he was kind of discounted by certain people. End zone angle of this one. This will be the last one I'll show you. There's the guard that's going to pull, center that's going to wrap, and the center's going to go get Cunningham, the front side inside linebacker. Interesting stuff, man, that they're trying to keep you honest to the tight end nobody side. They ran this in week 1 and hit some big plays on it. NFL defenses are going to be aware of it as the season develops, or even next week, to be honest with you, because you don't want to have to get beat on a tight end nobody side. Here's the first play again. You don't want to have to get beat over there, so you're going to keep the corner and safety backside, and that could, if you ask me, really cause problems for the defense over here to this side because you end up with 1, 2, 3 receivers, against only 3 defenders. A lot of times on that motion, you'll get people that are going, they're going to roll to center field. Maybe they're going to go cloud corner and roll him up to the flats and get that 4th defender to the trip side. In this case, because of Saquon Barkley and because of the athleticism of the Giants offensive linemen, they're going to make it difficult for teams to defend some of these formations. Hopefully you guys appreciate the video. It's a really fun one for me to do and talk about Saquon Barkley. Not Ravens related because this is generally a Ravens channel, but I'm trying to cover the entire NFL. Look for a film study on Lamar Jackson probably Thursday evening, as well as a film study of Trayvon Walker's first regular season game in the NFL. If you enjoy this content, please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. And if you really enjoy this video, please consider sharing it on social media to help the video gain more reach.